Welcome to the podcast, Organized Mayhem. We're coming to you from 110 South 11th Street, which is the home of Morea and the Rap Shack. And we are here to talk to you about all things Philadelphia restaurant business and everything in between. I'm Cammie, here with my brother Scott and my friend Scott Lupa. Here we go.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us today for Organized Mayhem podcast. Check us out on YouTube, X, our website, rapshackpa.com, moreaphilly.com for updates. Thanks again. Welcome to the Mayhem.
Welcome to Organized Mayhem. We are in different locations today. I am at my house, but the boys, where are you right now?
Morea.
What's the address, please?
110 South 11th Street.
Okay, so
right next to the Rap Shack, 112 South 11th Street.
Excellent. So we are welcome back to the podcast. If you haven't listened, this is the first time you've been listening to us. We talk about all things Philly, especially the Philadelphia restaurant. That is where they're located, Morea and the Rap Shack. I'm Cammie. I'm at my home. I represent the organized in this mayhem. But today we are doing something very different. My other job, besides trying to be organized for these guys' mayhem, is I analyze data about how somebody thinks and makes decisions in a relationship, typically a romantic relationship, even though we do it for business too. And talking about this with my boys, they wanted to take the survey. And most relationships, even in business, are a relationship. Sometimes you spend more time, as you guys know, with the person that you work with the most than your spouse, right?
That is scary.
This is very different than a personality test. A personality test could say whether or not, or something that you're interested in. Like, you know, I can't believe, right? I've got to take out the lint from my eyes or the dew from my eyes or whatever the expression is. Lupa, you're in a Philly shirt.
Woo! Why Philly shirt? Yep, it's disaster. Yeah.
Okay, so Lupa, why is it a disaster for you? And Scott and I are smiling faces.
The Atlanta Braves, the best team in baseball, were unfortunately knocked out.
Speak a little louder when you say that.
4 games by the Phillies.
So, your work husband, you had to wear a Philly shirt?
We made a bet on the last podcast, so
there we go.
Bet fulfilled. This will be
right,
going right to
So you guys are already giving me so much material. So what I do is I give you guys a 25-minute survey. It's pretty easy to take, and you can't outsmart the survey. It measures how you think in a relationship. So it wouldn't measure whether or not two people like sports, or if one person is active or another person is not active, or if you like music. This represents how you think in a relationship. So a couple things that I want to note.
Well, also let's stress that we're in a work relationship. That is
where
you
we
are
are right
now.
People might be confused because we are wearing Philly shirts.
Yes, you are in a work relationship. But as I said, is that it is a crucial relationship, right? Because oftentimes you spend more time with the person that you work with than the person you do at home. So they both took this survey in the context of a relationship with each other, right? So you could take this survey with a relationship with a roommate or a friend, and it would still produce the same results in terms of how you guys think, right? And once you know how somebody thinks, you can figure out how to communicate with them better. You guys might actually be sharing a brain because you guys do think a lot in the same ways. And we're going to go through this very quickly. Usually my sessions would be an hour. But today, it's only 15 minutes. Would anyone like to know why it's only 15 minutes today?
You're busy.
No.
Because Scott and I got a late start. We couldn't log into the podcast. We forgot the password, even though we've had the password sent to us multiple times. This is definitely the mayhem side. But
I want to also add, Cammie, that you need to add some stuff for if you're not if it's only a business relationship, you got to add a few things. Like, where do we think the best? Where do we think similar?
How many times do you use a restaurant?
Because all his good thoughts are in the bathroom.
Okay. Well, we definitely do not cover that, but you can cover that at another time. I am talking about something else. But one of the things that I knew at the start of this meeting, even though these are things that you're not motivated by, both of you are very similar, that you are not motivated by time. So our meeting today was supposed to start at 12:15. It is now 1:19.
Hey, I guess I should do this live. The catering order. Can I pick up the 20 seconds?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We'll
Oh,
call-
no, go ahead. No, because that brings another point.
2
Go ahead.
seconds. All right. Fuck it. We're doing it live.
And we're doing it live and we're doing it now. And we're actually showing how we think actually in real time. Because a lot of times when you showing how you think, you don't know how you think about something. You just think. It's just you think that that's the way everybody thinks. And truly that's how miscommunication happens. It happens to be that you guys think very similarly. But just say you guys thought differently. And one of you really valued time and time management. And somebody felt the opposite of that, okay, then the two of you could have a lot of friction, right? But by knowing that both of you are kind of easygoing with time, neither of you are going to be mad at the other one if somebody is late. Am I right or am I wrong?
Oh, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Well, we do that with everybody. I mean, my chef is from yesterday is still 24 hours late.
He still hasn't done it.
So whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so it definitely is a place where you guys are similar in how you process time. But as you can imagine, one good thing about you guys, and now we're talking a business standpoint, I imagine that other people on your team are excellent with time because once you know this about yourself, you can hire people who are maybe are better. Who is the best on your staff? And I can bet I can get this without even her survey. Who is really great with time?
Go ahead. You know.
Christy.
You know the name.
Exactly right, Christy.
Other than that,
No one.
I'll be honest, and I'm going to curse when I say this. Everyone here sucks with time. I don't have a server that comes on time. When they get in, they do a great job. I don't have a cook that comes in on time.
Z is pretty timely.
Oh, Z is timely.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry.
We have
Okay.
one.
Z,
Buddy,
one of my farm
painted-
admins, he's on time. Other than that,
Not many.
none of them are on time, but they all get right down to work. They know I'm going to flip
Okay,
out.
Matt.
All right, so I know we have 8 minutes before you have to drop off this call. So tell us about.
That's okay. I think that what we're talking, even though it's just about one thing, just made you know that it could be a blind spot. So we talk about things that are positive, which you have many, but it could be a blind spot. So time might be something that both of you, because both of you are leaders in your business, both of you don't, or you're not, it's not a high motivating factor, and that's okay.
I have no time.
Because, as you said, you both actually prioritize the work that goes into the job once someone is there. So even though you don't prioritize time as much, if I was hiring somebody, and for you guys, I would say that the most important thing that both of you value is when you're there, you get in and you do something.
I agree.
Right?
Agree with that.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
So another way that you guys, and we're really just going to talk about.
So you mean, Tammy, I'm sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
that when people come in and then take a smoke break or an eating break right as they clock in, so I'm paying for it.
It's not going to make you.
That
too
does
happy.
that doesn't make me happy.
That is correct.
You're
And that's
dead on.
something you should know about.
That happens every minute of my day.
That is something that you should know about yourself. And so even when you're hiring, you should tell people is that, look, I can be flexible about certain things, but one thing I am not flexible about is that we are all hands on deck here, right? When we're here, we are here to work and we are here to work hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Having
And
a
it's something
my podcast.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
So, okay, another way that let's talk about where you guys do things. So we know you don't think in terms of time, but what do you think in terms of? Both of you are the same in one very important area, which is that you're motivated to avoid problems before they begin.
Stole that from me.
Does that resonate with both of you?
Yes.
I would
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is, and so because of that, it probably makes you guys very compatible to work together because somebody else who is like, okay, I'm just going to go. I'm not going to think about the problems that could happen, and especially in the restaurant business, right? So for you guys, avoiding problems before they begin, and we're doing this live, so it's not like we have, typically in a typical session where I would actually coaching you, we would explore this in a different way. But right now we're doing it this way and live just to give people a taste of what I do and how you guys operate as in your relationship at work. But how do you guys think that you plan and anticipate problems and start to think about them before a day starts for you?
Well, I did that actually today as I was getting ready. I realized that I have a bartender working at Morea, and I have a bartender working at the Rap Shack. Same fucking bartender. Same person.
Okay.
So
you don't do any cloning there, right? That's not a part of the.
Yeah, so that's actually a problem. So I kind of fixed that. But yeah, that was just completely me. And I even wrote a text. I'm like, geez, I'm overworked. Like, yeah, I just totally put the same person for a Phillies game on 2 places. So that was dumb. And, we all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes, no problem. But Lupa, like, how do you think that you are somebody in, with your relationship with Scott? How do you avoid problems before they start?
Jamie, to be honest, I think it's just being in a management position for so long. You can kind of recognize signs. If a cook's grumpy, why is he grumpy? Is it he's having a bad day, or is it he's on the verge of quitting? And knowing that line and playing that line, so we're not giving everybody $1 raise every day.
Yep,
is kind of important.
Yeah, I mean, Lupa kind of takes the lead with the kitchen, and he could kind of tell when there's a problem. But I try to stay out of his way when we deal with stuff. Like yesterday, I pretty much took the morning, and Saturday night I took the night, and there was many problems. And you just fight through it. I mean, we had to break down a door in the bathroom. The lock didn't work, so we had to kick it open.
Was somebody in there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what happened? So this happened Saturday night?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
What happened? What time around?
10 o'clock.
Okay.
And so we just kicked the door in.
Oh,
we're good now.
But I'll give it 2 more minutes. So because time actually, like I actually am more
time.
Time is dumb.
Time is dumb.
Just get it done at some point. Whatever, it's all good.
So tell me, but I do not want to miss out
what
on
else more compatibility we are, and we'll talk about it. Like what more are we compatible about?
Well, I want to get back to the story. I don't want to lose that. So at 10 o'clock at night, how did you know somebody was locked in the bathroom?
A guy screaming in the bathroom that I can't get out.
So I wasn't sure if he called somebody and said like, "Hey."
Oh no, he called the people we were sitting at the table with.
Okay.
We were trying to fiddle around, but I'm no locksmith. And then I tried to get my cooks, to help out. The cook actually that I've been looking for 24 hours, he was trying to help out.
Okay.
And yeah, so that didn't go well. So we just kicked the door in.
Okay. All right. Well, that's certainly a problem. I don't know if you could avoid it, but maybe next time you could figure out how to fix that lock. And for anybody who's going to Rap Shack, don't worry about getting. Don't get worried.
Every time we were just talking about it, every time I pay, I think we're buying things that are more expensive, that are thicker or apparently better. They always backfire. I bought this crazy toilet flusher or whatever. It broke, and no one has the part. I buy these thick doors for bathrooms. They fall off, and the lock. It's a custom-made lock. They never work, but no one carries it. Home Depot doesn't carry this lock. So what do we? So we broke down the door because I was like, we can't get the lock anyway.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that your customers have nothing to worry about because you want to avoid problems. I'm sure the lock has it been fixed? Or is it about to be fixed?
It's going to be fixed. So our Rob, our security guard, who you interviewed, is going to fix it.
Excellent. With me.
So it's not going to go well. I actually should film that.
Yeah, you should.
Well, see, here's the thing is that when you are trying to avoid problems and have that mindset, you're maybe thinking about all the things that could go wrong, right? Like that both of you do that. You think of the things could go wrong. I'm going to say I am the opposite. I think that he could do it.
Well, how about this?
That is a good take. You know what? You made me more negative.
I'm not negative. So for a plug for our next podcast, we're going to have Scott Borsky on, and we used to be in real estate together. We used to fix things together.
Oh no!
He'll tell the story about how I polyurethane my hands together.
Okay, that is next time. I'm going to do one more thing before I have to go, and then you guys can talk about your compatibility in different ways, not the way you think and make decisions. That's my job. But the one thing that I found that was interesting that maybe I wouldn't have known before, between the two of you, who do you think is more competitive?
Me.
Yeah.
1000% Lupa.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lupa is more competitive. So when you're talking to Lupa and you want to motivate or inspire Lupa, make it a competition he will hop right to.
See, now that you said that, now I don't want to do it.
Well, that's okay. Okay, well,
now I'm like,
all I care about today is that you lost the game, the competition with the Phillies, because even though as we discovered last week, my sports knowledge is so minimal, but I absolutely am loving the Phillies, and I think that I have crushes on most of them.
Well,
we have a bartender who's actually.
You can talk about this, can you?
Oh, maybe not.
Maybe you can. We'll see if they go to the
Philadelphia,
the ESPYs together or something.
Yes, yeah. Just trying to date one of our bartenders.
Well, you do have beautiful bartenders over at your location. So go check them out at the Rap Shack. And you can see these two very compatible work buddies in action. You're not going to high five Lupa?
I just did.
Okay,
You missed.
I missed. You know,
you high five like this. It's very complicated.
So we can spread this out.
I gotta get them in the camera.
It's unbelievable.
So whatever.
We can spread this out over a week. At the next week, I will tell you how else you guys are compatible.
I love it. Yeah.
Okay?
This is great.
Sounds
All
great.
right, signing off. I'm going to end recording. Lupa and Scott, thank you so much for bravely not knowing what you're getting into, listening to the results of your survey from Road2You.com. I am Cami Verne, and for information about Road2You.com, please visit our website, and we are happy to help you with your survey to find out how you think and make decisions in your relationship. Once you find out the results of the Road2You survey, you will be on the road to having healthy and harmonious relationships.